So this morning we are continuing an exploration of Jean Houston's book, The Wizard of Us. And this is a great book, a great look at the classic story of the Wizard of Oz, with the attempt to helping us understand how the story of the Wizard of Oz really is our story, and that it is a story that describes the hero's journey. And guess who the hero is? You're the hero. It really is our story. And when we look with the eyes of a mystic at this story, we will see ourselves in all the different characters in their high moments and in their frustrating and disappointing and challenging moments. And when we look that way, we glimpse some of the great life lessons that can help us right where we are with whatever we happen to be dealing with in our lives. So today we're going to be taking a look at the character and what this character represents, the character of the Tin Man. I've entitled the lesson, The Heart of the Matter. When we use that expression, to get at the heart of something is to get at the real essence of it. We live in a culture that tends to very much value the mind, and rightfully so. However, it is often at the exclusion of the heart. And really, the true mystical union is the union and balancing of the mind and the heart. Jean does a beautiful job in the book, The Wizard of Us, in describing and providing us some practice tools and experiences to help us experience more of our innate potential. Jean's underlying theme in every book of hers I've ever read and in every lecture of hers I've ever attended always points to the human potential, that every single one of us is capable of so much more than what we are currently expressing, no matter how well we are currently expressing right now. And that every single one of us has a role to play at this point in history, in the place that we find ourselves, with the people that we find ourselves, and with the work or the opportunities we find ourselves in. That we are a needed part of the whole, and that together, as we awaken to more of our human potential, we will not only change ourselves, we will help to usher forth a changed humanity, and that changed humanity will help to usher in a changed world. So we have the Tin Man, and we have Dorothy and Toto and the Scarecrow wandering the yellow brick road, trying to get to see the wonderful Wizard of Oz in the Emerald City, and they come upon a very odd sight in the forest, and that is the Tin Man, and he is frozen. Do you remember what position he's frozen in? He's got one hand frozen up, one arm frozen up. Do you remember what's in it? An axe. And she squirts his jaw, and he begins to talk, and then she eventually squirts his arm and his elbow, and that arm that was holding that axe for so long drops. And Dorothy asks him, "Did that hurt?" And he says, "No, it feels good. I've been holding that axe rigid for a long time." And I find myself asking, what are we holding rigid in our lives for a long time? And I think in part what happens is if we don't continue to cultivate our heart, we very easily can become rigid in life. We can become bitter and angry and resentful. A key point from the idea of the heart and the heart of the matter is that without heart and the qualities that the heart represents, we and life do in fact become rigid and quite stuck. And rigid things break far more easily than flexible, soft things. In the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu writes, "At birth, all people are soft and yielding. At death, they are hard and stiff. Live plants are tender and yielding. At death, they are brittle and dry. When hard and rigid, we consort with death. When soft and yielding, we are followers of life."
Thanks for listening. The Unity Center, transforming lives and healing our world. Check us out Sundays at 9 and 11. Subscribe to our podcasts and download our free app for instant access to a wealth of spiritual teachings, services, and events.